wills, inshallah. Therefore, inshallah, if Allah wills should be said. That is, if Allah wills I would be able to do this or that. The Holy Quran clearly states, and do not say of anything, surely I will do it tomorrow, unless Allah pleases. 72. The moral conclusion is that, without Allah's will, man cannot do anything on his own. With the expectations being broken. In Najul Balagha there is this famous sentence of Amirul Mu'minin A.S. that I recognize Allah because of intentions being broken, knots getting untied and courages being tattered. Broken. And in Gararul Hikam this is followed by, and one who made his intention sincere for Allah, seeing his afflictions were dispelled I recognized Allah. That is, failure of intentions is also one of the proofs to recognize Allah. Often it so happens, that a person intends to do or not to do something, but suddenly he changes his intention. There must surely be some or the other reason for the breaking of that aim and intention. It shows that there is a power which is more powerful than man's intentions. A proof to recognize Allah is the untying of knots or solution of problems. This only happens when Allah wills. Hardship and difficulty comes only when Allah permits. Difficulties and problems go away only when Allah commands. Dua Faraj and release of Hassan Muthanna. We shall now relate a historical incident as an example. Walid bin Abdul Malik bin Marwan wrote a letter to Salih bin Abdullah al-Murri, the governor of Medina, that Imam Hassan Mu'taba's son, Hassan, be brought out of prison to the Prophet's mosque and he should be lashed 500 times. Salih brought out the noble man from the prison to the mosque and people assembled. Then he went to the pulpit, to read the order of Walid and then act upon it. At that particular time Imam Ali bin Husayn, Zainul Abidin entered the mosque. He went to Hassan Muthanna and said, O cousin, supplicate Allah with Dua Faraj. He asked, what supplication is that? The Imam taught him the supplication, which is as follows. There is no God but Allah, who is forbearing and merciful. There is no God but Allah, who is high and great. Glory be to Allah, the Lord of the 7 heavens and the Lord of the 7 earths and the Lord of the great throne. And all praises to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. After teaching this supplication, the Imam went away. Hassan Muthanna began to repeat this supplication till Salih finished reading the letter. Then he descended the pulpit to execute Walid's order. Suddenly, Salih said, Hassan is innocent in my view, and for the time being we should postpone executing the order. I would first contact the Caliph. Governor Salih wrote a letter to the Caliph in reply to which Walid wrote, release him from the jail. Hence Salih freed Hassan Muthanna. 73. Beyond the will of Allah. Such incidents are numerous. Rather, we all have seen many times that no matter how much we try, our intentions are not fulfilled, while sometimes a problem is solved easily. Hence it should be understood by conviction that our heart and that of all the people is under the control of Allah. Allah says in Quran, and know that Allah intervenes between man and his heart, and that to him you shall be gathered. 74. If you could only understand. If man gives a deep thought, he will know by conviction that Allah knows each and every aspect of his life. He is connected to Allah with each breath, and even his aims and intentions are connected to him. Man cannot ever do anything on his own, without the help or will of Allah. O men, you are they who stand in need of Allah, and Allah is He who is the self-sufficient, the praised one. 75. One who believes, having faith, knows that Allah has illumined his heart with effulgence. If he does some virtuous act, he receives help and guidance from Allah because of the purification of his soul. This is true for all the divine blessings. Therefore man should not become arrogant and proud. He should not be haughty. Rather he should remain fearful that by not being grateful that grace may be taken away. It should not happen that some detestable attribute or hypocrisy is hidden in it. It should not happen that he performs some sinful or evil act. It should not happen that Allah might leave him on his own, i.e., Allah may not inspire him to do good and refrain from evil. He may take away his opportunity, tawfiq. It is a must for man to fear Allah and not to be disappointed from his grace as well. He should always show dependence and humility to Allah and know for sure that if he does not leave his attachment with Allah, Allah will never deprive him. Necessary to understand. Hence what is important is that man should feel that he is needful and dependent in the court of Allah in all destined matters as well as the optional acts, which are in his power. He should know that he is indeed a slave of Allah. He belongs to Allah and Allah is his master. Allah cherishes him. Allah does his upbringing and Allah is his sustainer and provider. He is, in all conditions, in the control of Allah and all. The goodness rests in the hand of Allah. If a thing is proved true by wisdom, by conscience and by rational argument, and one still doubts about it, then surely the eyes of his heart are blind. He is deprived of the blessing of discernment, reason and Sharia command, and the paramount responsibility of such a person is that he should try to obtain the cure of his disease of doubt. Doubt is a serious disease. It is stated in the Holy Quran. And as for those in whose hearts is a disease, its signs of Allah adds uncleanness to their uncleanness disease of doubt and they die while they are unbelievers. 1. While these same signs increase the light of knowledge of God to a sound and healthy conscience and also increase insight and discernment. These verses bestow happiness and delight to such hearts. They further strengthen the capacity of the mind and perception. All know that rain is a blessing and grace of Allah. But the rain that grows red roses in the garden also produces weeds in some places. While explaining above-mentioned verse, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq A.S. said, the meaning of rice uncleanness in this verse is doubt. That is, one more doubt is added to their doubt. 2. Nothing but Allah. There is a tradition in Usul al-Kafi, in the chapter of sincerity, that Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq A.S. was asked about the meaning of this noble verse. Except him who comes to Allah with a heart free from evil. 3. The Imam said, a heart free from evil is the one that meets its Lord and that which has nothing in it except him. The Imam also said, and every heart that has polytheism and doubt is going to fall in the ditch of destruction, loss in both the worlds. In Surah Hajj it is stated, and among men is he who serves Allah standing on the verge, so that if good befalls him, he is satisfied therewith, but if a trial afflicts him, he turns back headlong, towards doubt and infidelity. He loses this world as well as the hereafter. That is a manifest loss. 4. There are some Muslims, who do not have sincere faith and firm belief in Allah, the Prophet and the Day of Judgment. They are in a state of doubt. They have adopted Islam with the purpose of gaining material benefits of the world, if continue to be rewarded in the form of wealth, security and getting their materialistic wishes fulfilled, they will remain firm on their belief, but if they confront hardship, poverty, disease or some other misery, they give up religion and go towards infidelity. They are caught in humility and captivity in this world also and they become liable for punishment in the hereafter as well. They incur losses in both the worlds. It is written in Tafsir Minhaj as-Sadiqin that among people there can be those who stand on the borderline of belief and worship Allah, so that, while worshipping, if they feel that they are in loss, they immediately give up belief. Were they in the midst of belief, their quitting faith would have delayed. He is just like the last man in the army. When the time comes to plunder the booty, he is at the forefront. And when there is risk of defeat, he is the first to run away from the battlefield. It is written in Tafsir Abul Fath that this verse is regarding a group of Bedouin. They came to Medina, and accepted Islam just for namesake and declared faith only verbally, but in the heart they neither had faith nor conviction. As long as their wealth went on increasing and there was no occasion of disease and loss, horses went on breeding, wives continued